hello there, and welcome to another episode of The Daily Kick. Well, in the former episode, we were joined by our high-grade brother, Kevoy. He gave us some solid wisdom on reframing our attitudes. With me today, Charlie, I'm sure most of you already know this individual from TV3. He's been an anchor, he's been in the production, in the background. Charlie, he and I go way back to back in the day when I was at TV3, and trust me, I feel like that was my passion back in the day, you know? No, not say back in the day. I still feel like it's a passion within. But you know what? We're going to talk about passion today. And Charlie, I felt it right that I invite AJ to talk on this. AJ, sorry, his name is Anthony Jackson. Oh, forgive me on that. Welcome, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Charlie,
I'm good.
You know, we're talking some time back about passions and whatnot, especially in relation to the fact that, you know, after a while I left TV3 and everything, you kept asking me, Charlie, you sure say where you did, that be where you one day. And I kept telling you that, yo, you know, for now, it feels okay, but where my heart is, I know I will eventually end up there. Anthony, people would say that the Ghanaian system is rigged up. In fact, not just the Ghanaian system, the African system is rigged up in a way that, you know, when you're growing up, you go to school and whatnot, your parents are just on you that, yo, go to school, come out and get yourself a solid job. What, you want to be a doctor, be a banker, be an engineer, be this, be that, but it's never really geared towards what you're passionate about. What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, I don't think our parents are really wrong for wanting the best for us. Because it's, if we're being honest, they've already crossed the path that we're about to blaze.
Okay.
And they know it's hard.
Yeah.
And like you said, the system in Ghana is rigged.
Yeah.
So if your parent wants you to be a doctor, a lawyer, it's because, for instance, my mom was a teacher.
Okay.
Right? And she obviously didn't want me to be a teacher because she knew how hard it was.
Yeah, true.
But then I think it got to a point she realized that my child likes to write, so she just sort of, like, she couldn't do anything about it besides try to find ways and means for me to sort of be able to live through it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Mr. Jackson, I think this is highly important.
It's very weird when you say Mr. Jackson. Just say AJ.
AJ. Okay, my bad. AJ. All right, let's do AJ. AJ.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I'm taking us back to the foundation of everything that we're about to talk about right now, and that is passion. How would you define passion?
The thing that keeps you alive.
The thing that keeps you alive.
Yeah. Is that flame that, if you're doing it, you just feel whole.
Okay.
You come alive when you're doing it.
Okay.
Right? It could be something as simple as gardening.
Okay.
But while you're doing it, it just brings you so much peace that nothing else can give you.
Okay.
Or maybe children might give you that. But
okay.
There's just always that one thing that when you put your finger on it, you know it just makes your spirit happy.
Okay.
That's what will be your passion.
All right, so now I'm going to ask you a question. Currently, given what it is that you are doing, your space, where you are employed, would you say that that is where you are able to fully release and express your passion?
For a time.
For a time?
For a time it was.
Okay, so I'm now about to transcend to the next question, which is, you and I know, in fact, even you know that, I mean, there are a lot of people out there doing jobs that they are not necessarily passionate about. And trust me, like, I'll just give an example. I mean, most of the time when these nursing forms come out, you have a whole load of people going out to buy these forms who should not even be thinking about it. But they go there to get, I'm so sorry, please, viewers, don't get this wrong, but there are a lot of people who do that. They don't need to be in that field, but they're going there because their families are pushing them there, and they feel like that is the easiest form of employment for them to get into. And they end up in there and they're frustrated, they're not giving their best. I'm not just talking about nursing, banking, accounting, whatnot. What do you have to say about that when you're trapped in that box, that sphere, and now you have that label that I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a banker, and you're in there, and day to day you realize that, Charlie, when you wake up, Seth, there's no vim, there's no zeal, there's no motivation.
Do you like feeling safe?
I mean, who doesn't like?
You like feeling safe, right? You like security and all of that.
Yeah.
So when you're, say, done with school, right? you're done with your degree, you're done with national service or whatever, or you're done with, say, WASI, and you see your friends going to school, and they're telling you about their experiences. Then you come home and you have a parent or a guardian who goes like, when I'm from school, you don't feel safe, you don't feel secure.
That's true.
But even if I want to be a flight attendant, I don't make it, but I get to, say, enter the nursing training, at least I'm doing something with my time.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So I feel safe.
Okay.
I end up getting a job. It's giving me money.
Yeah.
I can rent.
Okay.
I can buy food.
That's true.
I can take care of my kids.
Very true.
When you look at the, is it hierarchy of needs? There's basic needs, which is what everybody is fighting for, which is food, the security, shelter.
Very true.
So as long as I'm getting that, it doesn't matter where I'm getting it from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can't really blame somebody for wanting to feel safe.
Okay.
Right? And like you said in your intro, society is rigged.
Yeah.
Nothing is fair in our system. Nothing is fair. And me and my friends, we say, if you make it in Ghana based on how the structures are not set up to encourage you, if you make it here, you can make it anywhere.
I like that.
Because it's one of the worst places you can have a dream. My best friend,
all right,
he was in the medical profession.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say it wasn't making him happy. It was his passion for a point.
Okay.
For a time, that is. But then he realized that there's something else that he wants to chase.
Okay.
Which was doing like media, something creative with his time.
Okay.
So he quit.
Wow.
And then he came into the media profession.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So I'm sure most of you viewers out there are just dying to ask this question. The medical field, the media, which one pays more?
The medical field obviously pay more.
Okay.
But I think at a point in time, you need to just ask yourself this: am I happy? Does what I'm doing make me happy? Wait, hold on. Does what I'm doing make me happy? You have to ask yourself that question.
Okay.
Be honest with yourself. Sit with yourself. I do that all the time. So if I'm supposing I'm about to do something, I just sit with myself. I ask myself the questions. Is this going to make me happy? Is this making me happy? If it's not making me happy, what do I need to do to make me happy?
Okay.
And I think when we were having this conversation before we came on here, I said, in chasing your passion, you need to be very selfish with your needs.
Okay.
What excites you, what makes you happy, and all of that. Because, see, time is short. You're 30 today.
60 tomorrow.
You would, exactly. Because I literally remember when I was 7 years old, watching TV and telling my mom. So my mom was lying in the 3-in-1 sofas. She was lying down. We're watching 360. At that time, it was being shot at 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
And I told my mom I was going to read the news on TV3.
Guess what?
And I woke up one day and it was there. And the funny thing is, it may seem like it was easy, but it was hectic. But I got there.
Definitely.
And then I did it for 3 years.
Okay.
And then I realized, this doesn't make me happy anymore.
Okay.
So then I had to chase something else. Okay. So you just need to ask, what is it that makes me happy?
Okay.
Because if you wake up and you're 70 and you're weak and you can't jump over certain hurdles and all of that, because you need to understand that as you're growing, younger ones are coming. They're also aggressive.
Yes.
They want to get the same thing that you're also fighting to get. So when you get to 70, are you going to be happy? When you look back and say, I didn't take certain chances, are you going to be that adult? And this is one thing that I actually fear, that I'm going to be that old person who lives in the neighborhood, and then when kids say, ooh, I want to do this, I'm like, when I was your age, I wanted to do it. Don't do that. It's not going to lead you anywhere. I want to be that person that says, go for it, because I did, and then I got it. And even if I failed, I can tell you, when you're going, don't do this, don't do that, because when I did it, I made this mistake. So if you avoid this mistake, it can get you there. I want to be happy when I'm old. I think the goal for everybody should be getting to the end of your road with as little regret as possible.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
AJ, let me ask you this too as well. You know, like, I really admire your friend who was able to just
Don't admire him too much. He's not that good.
Regardless, I just admire his willpower to leave one industry and move to another thing altogether, almost all at once. But do you not think it's possible sometimes to be within that box, that safety net, yet try to slow but surely work on your passion on the side too as well. But I mean, you know, there are different dimensions to this thing, because I know there are lots of people out there, have a lot of friends, colleagues at work who are saying, yeah, we are all in that space, labeled whatever, but then Charlie, when they get back home, somebody's cooking, taking videos, another person is selling items online, the other person has got this little construction gig that he's doing, and to some extent, I feel that is what they are passionate about. I may be wrong, but don't you think the other dimension to it too is, okay, some would say that get comfortable, get secure, then you can slow but surely work on your passion or your goals or your personal dreams. So what do you have to say about that too?
Right. Okay, two things. You can say, I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket and trust God.
Straight.
I know someone who, when I was in level 400, she was in level 300, Hetty. And she had this genius idea to do a packaging company. Okay. So say maybe you have like a product and you want to package it and sell it to your clients. You design like a nice product for you and all of that. Okay. And at that time, I had an idea to set up a publicity marketing firm, like all of that. I had like some friends who are like these small businesses who come to me, would come up with ideas and all of that. And then I got national service at TV3. Okay. And I was like, oh, this is really good. Now, fast forward 10 years down the line, she finished GIJ. She rejected her national service. She followed that passion of starting a packaging company. And I remember 4 years after I started TV3, I was in a car heading to Circle. And as we were passing by the traffic light, I saw her walking and she was sweating. This was 4 years after, so that was like 3 years after school for her. And she was sweating. I was like, oh my God, she's still doing this thing. Fast forward 4 years later, she's with the Kenyan president. She's advising youth in Kenya about entrepreneurship. She's been when almost every time when these presidents and big people are coming to meet the president, it's about startups and all of that. She's on. The last time I saw her with Angela Merkel, the German, she was showing her the packaging and all of that, and I was like, this is what it means to put all your eggs in one basket and do it. The only way you can actually succeed, get what you really want from something, is when you're pouring your entire being into something. Straight. You know, because if you have divided attention, there's the same, because it's like they say, the thoughts you put out into the universe, that's what you're going to get. That's true. So if you're having divided thoughts, I need to be good at the job I'm doing here in my 9 to 5, and I'm also trying to, you can't divide yourself. You know, you're either into this or you're not. Okay. Right? Yeah. So which are you paying more attention to? Are you willing to take a loan to finance your dream and watch it fail, or you want to just be comfortable and then use your tiny savings on that finance? And then, because if you're not, if we're being honest, if you're not putting everything into what you want, it doesn't excite you anymore. That's true. Because you're playing it safe, and that's not exciting. That's true. Yeah. You need to take a risk when it comes to your passion. I like that. Mr. Jackson, I just want to say thank you so much for coming through. So much for your time. Thank you for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a solid one. In a recap or in a nutshell, Mr. Jackson has just told us a little bit about following your passion, and he told us what, Charlie, if you're going all in, go all in. That thing, Charlie, it'd be some way. Nonetheless, it's always up to you, the individual. You could go for that safety bracket and try your very best to manage the other thing, but obviously it's always solid 100% if you go all out. And trust me, when you're going all out, it's not like everything's going to be boom solid. No, you're going to be hit with stuff. Shit will come your way, but you need to bounce back up. And if you persevere, that is when, Charlie, like you said, your friend, that's when the Angela Merkels and things are all going to come through for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to meet you on the next episode. Remember to subscribe. And one more thing, it's all about love.